Hey everybody, Tiny Flame Rob here. Long time no upload. I've been really busy with my demo build still, but the reason I've not been making videos for it is because I've been working on some very boring stuff, which is pretty much user interface and saving and playing player settings, and that's never, interesting to make videos about because, yeah, it's just not. It's very dry. So yeah, I've not been uploading much, but I thought I would upload today to cover what where I'm at with the project so far. So like another devlog, just so that I don't get out of practice, I suppose. I've been mostly spending time implementing my audio settings, which I'm currently doing now. I've got it working, but I'm going through all of my existing levels and I'm adding them in. So what I'm doing, let me show you. I'm hooking up my audio settings to my levels now, because I have audio settings, but they need to be mapped. So if we look here, we have audio settings, but none of these actually map onto any of the in-game sounds that you hear. So like the music track and stuff like that, you can't really manipulate that yet. So I need to fix that, right? I've added some more people that are jumping up and down and dancing, which is pretty cool. Well, I think it's pretty cool. I need to add a couple more, but I'm getting there. And there's actually a band playing now, which are like the Zammer Collective music band. I don't know what their name is yet. I need to think about it. But yeah, so yeah, I've actually made some progress on things. I'm hopeful to get this whole level done completely and ready for the demo soon. But that's currently where I'm at. I can show you, let's have a look at a level that I've completed, just so that we can see what it looks like. I don't know what I changed on this level, but I'm gonna save it. It's canon, now it's canon, it'll never change again. Alright, so if we go here, this will be a bit more of a polished example, I suppose. And again, I know I'm working on my Lowtown level, Silver Bay level, but so you can hear some audio, but it's quite quiet, right? So if we go to our menu, we go to this also I need to finish implementing. There's no audio or visual cues that you're hovering over something, like that's what it's supposed to be like. But considering like I have to build all of this, I'm still like, that's easy to do. I can do that very quickly. Anyway, so we've got this here. You can hear this is quite loud. If we change this to be lower to like 20, it's less. 10, it's a bit less. 0, okay, it's not less at all. Oh, because I did that last night, I've not hooked, so I also need to hook that up. So what's a better example? Oh, I know. So if you listen carefully, we can't hear any ambience. It's quite quiet. But if we do this, like the rain and things become louder, right? So now it's like incredibly loud rain. We can apply it, even though there's again no confirmation and a visual cue that I need to add. But if we go back, we can hear that, we can hear the audio, which is quite nice. And what's cooler is if we go to load and we restart our checkpoint, we can see that the audio is still loud, so we can see that, oops, wrong one, the audio is still 80, so it saves. And even if let's restart the game, if I just restart it, it should still be 80 because that's been saved, which is pretty awesome. And works the same way the resolution works. Yeah, see, 80, so it's cool. Let's just make that more quiet so that I can hear myself talk. It's cool that I can do that now, and it works for all of these, obviously. So the way that it kind of works is every single audio source in the game needs to be hooked up to what I call an audio manager. It's like a very naive implementation. I'm just gonna play the game in the background while I talk. It's a very naive implementation, but it works, and I can actually you can see it here if I go here. It's an audio manager, and it has two little scripts, and one of the scripts manipulates the audio mixer, and in Unity the audio mixer is what controls all of the audio in your game. And this audio so the audio mixer exposes these variables, and these variables you can manipulate programmatically, which is what I'm doing here, so to kind of set the volume. You can see that they're all floats. I don't know how in the weeds I should get with this, because I might bore everyone to tears, but I have to basically convert floating point numbers to decibels to get the volume to scale correctly. And also I didn't want to do what most video games do, where it's like they have a slide for this, where like you slide the thing for the audio. I kind of just wanted a percentile increase, so I have to convert floating point. So I have to convert decibels to floating point, and then floating point to a percentile change. And the floating point, so the decibels I think are -88 to 1, I think is the range. Floating point is, my floating point anyway, is I believe between 0 and 2. And then the percentile is obviously dividing by 2, multiplying by 100, etc. to get the percentile value. So there was a lot of math basically, and it was incredibly boring. So I thought, I'm not going to make a video talking about math, because why would anyone want to watch that, I suppose, unless they're into math. And I don't think like people who want to like check out video games don't really want to like do math, you know, so whatever. I've also changed like a bunch of quality of life things, like there's some text font changing, because I had some feedback where the text was wasn't very clear to read. So I still need to get rid of like some of, now that I've changed the font, I need to get rid of the black border boxes. Let's see if I can get this fella to talk to me, and come on little guy, say something so we can see your border box. Say something. Okay, wait, maybe a guard will say something. I kind of want him to talk though, but whatever. He doesn't want to talk to us, we'll go find someone like this guy. Hey, can you see me? Hey, see? The little black border boxes aren't really required because the font is quite clear to see now, so grab this. So I don't think we need to do it anymore. Or we don't really need it anymore. I've also changed, I should have made a video about me changing the lighting system as well. I can talk about that in a minute, but I wanted to point out, like, one of the coolest bugs I fixed is, like, you know, the Newsy terminal has that little jingle that plays. If you go to a Newsy terminal and you use it now, it'll actually no longer play because you're actually using the terminal, right? Which is like a lot less annoying now. So you still can't really exit. I need to add an exit button here, but you can exit by just spamming escape. And if you go away, you can hear it again. Sorry, wait. I don't know if you can hear that. Have I hooked this up to... Let's see if I've actually hooked that up. Maybe it's louder, but yeah, it's pretty cool. So this, the user's no longer being annoyed by that jingle playing over and over again. While I'm here though, can I do this? I just want to have a quick look to see if I've hooked this up to the mixer correctly. UI audio, yeah, audio mixer. So this is being catered for by the UI audio. So that jingle being played is being manipulated by this UI volume. Another thing I added was these lights here. I added some more side quests which I need to finish off, but we'll get there. I added these lights which are a lot more what's the word? A lot more visible. Like you can kind of see when lights change. So for example, this is partially visible and this is incredibly visible. I need to like change the code logic to map onto this properly, but currently I'm just doing like a vibe test to see if it looks good. I kind of like it. It looks a lot more cartoony, but I think that's okay. The reason I did that, let's just sneak past this fella so that we can talk about it. The reason I did that was basically because without these lights here, it's very difficult to see like naturally. Like for example, here I'm kind of in the light, so I should be partially visible. This should be very dark. There's an example of what the old light was. Wait, let me show you. So if we go up the stairs here, you can see here like it kind of blends. So that shaded area is incredibly visible, and this is partially visible, and this is not visible at all, and this is partially visible again. Oops, I did my try and save thing again. So I mean, this looks cool, and this is kind of like closer to like the inspiration I originally had that I wanted to have working for the game. But to be honest with you, when you come to very complicated sections of the levels, like the streets, it's difficult to tell, right? Because I have to either say, well, if you're in anywhere in this street, you'll be partially visible just because of the pavement being glowing, and you know, because of that, you'll always be partially visible, and that was a bit harsh. So I said, okay, well, I don't really want that. I want the player to be able to sneak down this street if they want to in some way. And to do that, I would need to make this more dark. And the problem with that is, when I make it more dark, I get player feedback which says the game is too dark, so I can't really see where I'm going or what I'm doing. So it's kind of a vicious cycle, because then I increase the what am I saying? Then I increase the light again, and then the game becomes too difficult to see where a player can hide and where a player can't hide. So basically, to try and fix that situation, I have looked at some other games that, like, some of them my girlfriend showed me, which were like very cool to see how they did it. And basically, they solved the problem by just being good at light design. And I've tried to do that, but to be honest with you, I'm not experienced enough yet to be able to do that properly. And so I thought, well, my game is a cartoony game, and it's a top-down game, so maybe I can get away with just adding these mechanics here. So when you see these lights, you'll be able to be like, okay, cool, I'm going to be very bright, and this is the big bright circle. I'm going to be less bright here. And I don't think it takes away from the game too much. It kind of just gamifies the sneaking mechanic a bit more. So yeah, so that's what I've been doing. I've been experimenting with adding light rays to also do that. I'm trying to think of where I've implemented this as a test. Oh, let's go to the E-Bank level. I don't know if I've also added like train audio, so you can hear them speed away and slow down, which is pretty cool, I think. There he goes. Pretty cool. Oh, that fella's gonna come investigate. Oh, stop trying to save. I'm just trying to sneak. Just trying to live my life. Okay, cool. He's gonna go up that way. We'll sneak back. Oh, no, it's fine. I'm gonna sneak here and just get... Oh, get out of here. You know what? Maybe I should compile a build and just do it that way, because... What am I doing here? Okay, tell you what. It's a pretty quick way. We can get there pretty quickly. I should remove the unlock and lock mechanism, maybe, because... it's not really helpful anymore, and I want the player to... Oof, close one. To be able to go wherever they want. I'm just gonna knock this guy out and hide his body somewhere. I mean, I've ranted about that save game thing before. I've also changed him to be a Zamor Collective monk rather than just to, you know, placeholder NPCs like they were before. But yeah, you can see here, like, the font is much cooler, right? Because there's no black border that darkens stuff. I do need to change that light though. Okay, let's get out of the rain and start the quest, and I'll stop rambling. So, in theory, just to test, I should be able to make the music louder now. The one coming out of that little TV set. Cool, it works. Let's talk to the Gus real quick. Same text as before. I've not really changed the quest design too much, but I don't know if I should. I think I'm done with like the quest and the writing. Everything is the way it's going to be for the demo. I'm trying to be firm with myself to just be like, you know, get things done. Sorry, I just went up the stairs for no reason. I'm just going to run down here. One thing that I absolutely should do, I'm just going to hide behind this corner and make sure I've got a ticket for it. There should be like change the quest to, yeah, here, X, yeah. I want this quest to be different because it's kind of lame at the moment. It's just like make X amount of money, which I don't like. It should be hack X amount of things or steal X amount of things, because I think that's a lot more fun, to be honest, and it gives the player a lot more freedom so that they can go into any level, like the warehouse district or wherever they want to go. Oh, you saw me. And they can just steal wherever they want, however they want, and still finish the quest. I don't want them to have to go and hack ATMs and stuff. It's a bit or hack those specific ATMs, or, you know, whatever. I suppose it doesn't matter. They could still steal things in other levels, but whatever. I want them to be able to hack and steal things rather than just make money. So we've done that now. So if we go here, Oh wait, I'll have to do like the whole. I did change this quest though. Sleepy Gyms actually has like a quest dialogue and like lore and stuff behind it now, which is pretty cool. Ooh, close one. I was gonna say, do I have? I'm gonna hide behind this under this air vent and just check to see. Do I have a thing that says the ATM hacking minigame needs to be more random? I don't think I did. Texture the freaking vans already. I've kind of already started doing that. Sorry, I shouldn't do maintenance while I'm trying to. Let's do stretch. Make ATM hacking more random. Cool. Just I am trying really hard to not add any more scope to that because I want to get this done. But you know, I should do. See, I've kind of started animating modeling the vans. So this is the cheesy van. I've finished him. He's got like I'm basing it off like what are they called? Those Volkswagen, those old school 70s Volkswagen vans. I'm trying to like get that vibe going. I need to just sneak around this guard real quick. Excuse me. But yeah, in fact, once I can get to the bank level, I can show you some more of the vehicles, because there's two types of vehicles. There's like the van vehicle, and there's the flying van vehicle. So there's like a roadworthy one and a flying one. So there's two different types. Just talk to Clive real quick. Clive will be like, go and steal the things, and we'll totally do that, my guy. Let's go up here. I do like the music track for this level. It's pretty cool. Uh-oh. Go to sleep. Can we throw him down here? Oh, stop trying to save, for heaven's sake. Yeah, I can. Cool. Let's make this like bigger so I can see what I'm doing, eh? So you can see here, there's some more of the new lighting, and you can more clearly see where they're defined and where you can sneak and where you can't sneak. It's a little bit distracting, I suppose, but I can change how bright they are. But I do like that it's a bit more. Yeah, that's quite bright. You can barely see the corpses underneath it. Let's steal some stuff while we're here so that we can sell it. Oh. Also, they don't work yet. Again, I need to implement the logic for them, which I will be doing. Let's try and hack this. Let's not try and hack this. Let's just type in the code because it's going to take too long. I added some more things you can steal in the levels as well. You can see up here, there's like, oh, there's a data pad and some credits up there. I wonder how I get up there. So the player is incentivized to sneak a little bit. Alright, in the interest of time, I'm probably going to edit out just this quest because it takes a little while. So let's do that. Okay, so I've finished the quest. We can go and talk to Gus, and he'll let us. We'll basically unlock the next zone, which, you know, for now that's how that works. But before I do, I'm just gonna run down here and grab this data pad and some of the extra goodies. Then we'll get out of here. So this is. I like this because this is actually this text is basically talking about what happened at the hotel and why everyone's dead, kind of. It hints towards it. And it also mentions that there's some loot somewhere. I'll drop off that thing I stole. You'll find it behind the stuff and junk in the alley. So that's cool. So if the player explores, I think it's cool that they can find little hints and notes of where things have been buried. Like where treasures might have been buried, so you can go and find them. let's just get it. I need to kind of change this vent because it's, I mean, you can zoom to like get out of that blocking you, but you know. What's the quickest way to get, let's just go this way. Running. So yeah, this is going to be a video about me just working through levels and hooking up my audio, but to be honest, that's way less interesting than the new lighting system and like looking at the new thingies I've added. I will do like one lighting fix just so that you can see what it looks like, but okay, so now, okay, the bank hack mission, so we should be good. We're gonna run down this way. I do have a ticket to fix the guard AIs to be a bit more hardcore because it's pretty easy to sneak around them at the moment. So this should be the Ashbridge station. So I've added some flying cars here. If we listen, we can hear them. Well, when the train goes away. I think it's pretty cool. They're like flying vans, and they look pretty. I wanted them to be chubby, so that's what they look like. They're pretty chubby. And yeah, I've added an alleyway here just to add some more world building, I guess, because before it was just like darkness and nothing really much here. But I wanted this to be a bit more built out and fleshed out. I've changed some of the lighting here. There's no more random lights, and that's my Porky's ad that I added there. There's no more random light sources. Oh, sorry. There's no more random lighting coming from things that don't have a light source. That's just a debug pad. Doesn't matter. So that's pretty good. But you can see some of the new lighting changes here, as you saw in the other levels, and you can see them here as well. There's like a thin line that I should fix, like an artifact. But at the same time, it kind of shows where the lighting begins and ends in terms of the game mechanic. So I don't know if I should fix that. I should probably fix it though, because it looks a bit meh. But we'll see. For the demo, not a huge deal. Like, I've also changed this. So this is the example I wanted to show. You can see very clearly where you can hide and where you can't hide. Right? Pink, bad. Dark, good. So here you'll be super like not visible, and here you'll be super visible. Again, I need to actually add the logic into the code logic, but first I just wanted to see, does this look ridiculous and should I not have this? I like it. I think it looks okay. The fact that it's just a guard ray, like if I zoom in, you'll see that I'm not actually purple, but because it's just the guard rays that look purple. But like, you're not exactly going to be playing my game like this the whole time, right? That's insane. So I think it works, and it's like more performant, and the player is less confused, I think. Same with this. If we go down here, I changed, oh, I think I've not shown this. I changed, there used to be a ramp that you walk down here and it was very buggy. I just made it an elevator now. And the reason for that is because of the crazy nav mesh shenanigans I need to do, but also now the player is safe up here, right? And they can choose to go down here, and this is the danger zone. I need to hook up the UI to reflect that, but this is where there's guards patrolling and stuff, so this is like where the mission begins essentially, right? These people will beat you up. But if you're up here, you're safe and no one can get you. So this is like the introduction to the level. I think it's like having that, I suppose, line between where the mission starts and where the level is nice, because players will be more aware of where they can explore and where they should be careful. There's a bunch of goodies we can steal here. There's a data pad there as well. I'm not sure why it's not there anymore. I need to go and find where it went. But yeah, also there's another example. We can see the where the tree's light stops. Right, there's this giant blue hologram tree that used to be pretty vague about where the guard would be able to see you and where they will not be able to see you. But now it's a bit easier. The brightest one's still there, and there's not like there is an inside bright cone, but you can't really see it there. But yeah, so you can kind of see it there. This is also easier to see, and I don't think it looks too bad. I kind of like it. I've also like started working on these hologram thingies over here, so we can see. They basically have a base now, so you can see them more. I also added some more ads. Before, this was a very pretty area, but this is still like Lowtown, right? And Lowtown isn't supposed to be pretty. It's supposed to be a bit run down. Oh, I can do this now. I think. Oh, I might not be able to on this level because I've not hooked up the audio yet. Gosh darn it. Can I do this? Oh, it's ambience, isn't it? Oh. Oh, so ambience just works. How do I get the rain to be quiet? Everything's quiet. Okay, so the rain hasn't been hooked up yet. So this is, you can kind of see what I'm trying, like every single audio thing that exists in every single level of my game, I need to go and look at it and see why, like, is it hooked up to the audio manager or is it not hooked up to the audio manager? And in some levels, the audio manager is a part of the canvas, and in some levels there's two audio managers because I have the old one and I know I did the new one last night, which I have to hook up, so there's a lot of work I need to do today, so I should do that. Here's another example of the new lighting system. You'll be able to see, like, very easily I'm in the light or I'm not in the light. So I like it. I think it's cool. I like the new. I know, like, there's a lot of guard rays everywhere, and it's like reaching the point where is there too many of them? But I think they look cool, so I like them. So I'm gonna keep them because I don't care. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's stop playing. Should I save the game here? No, I don't need to. So yeah, so all the audio here works. Let's do that C-Bank level just because it's partially working and I just want to know why. And I'll stop the video because I don't want this to be too long and this is going to be very tedious and boring. So if we look at the audio manager again, is there another one here? So could I do something cheeky, like say, can you find this script in this scene? Not really. Okay, fair enough. If we go to so the rain belongs to the camera, right? So we do camera and we look for the rain manager, which is this one, but the audio source should exist. So so the audio source should exist somewhere here because the rain has, oh, I suppose we enable the rain object and the rain object has the audio source, doesn't it? Yep, there it is. And we can see that it doesn't have the audio mixer attached, and that's why it's not being manipulated. But I'm pretty confident that in the previous level we did have this working, but I've not hooked this up anywhere. So why did it work in Lowtown? So I need to go and check in Silver Bay, which I call Lowtown in my debug. So we go here, we go to camera, and we click on this. So it is hooked up. Did I guess I was sleep deprived and hooked this up without realizing, but fair enough. Is there a way for me to do this at a prefab level? I don't think so. So the reason it would be good to do this at a prefab level is because then I don't have to go through every level for the camera, you know, and hook up the mixer. Why can't I do this? Because there's only one audio mixer in the whole project. So maybe Unity is smart enough to know, use this mixer because it's okay. If this works, I'll be super stoked because it means everything will be way quicker. So we've done this in this level now, but we've done it at the prefab level, so it should be for all of our levels. So if we go back to eBank and we play it, I should stop calling it. I should rename this to C-Bank right now so I don't forget. We kind of need it to rain though, don't we? So let's do. I'm just gonna force it to rain. Wait, I can just do it through the script, right? It's raining. Okay, we can't go away, train. We can't hear the rain. We go to audio. Oh, okay. I guess it was just a bit buggy because of some reason. I don't really know why. I think I'll need to keep an eye on it to make sure. Also, I'm hearing seagulls, and that shouldn't happen. That should only be in the Silver Bay level, not in this one. Let me turn this up. I swear I just heard a seagull. Am I losing my mind? Let's turn the rain off real quick. Yeah, I can hear background noises and shenanigans. Why is that happening? I think that's happening because we have how do I do the ambience in that Silver Bay level? I have a player object, and on that player object, no, oh, I have a canvas object. Let's just go to the prefab and work at the prefab level so I don't do things just for this level. We have the thing I did last night, which is the music. And so basically I'm looking for the manager. There they are, the two managers I added. So I migrated the resolution manager and the audio manager into this canvas because I want this to apply to all of my levels, and I don't want before these were I had to basically make a canvas for the level, and then I had to make a audio manager for each level, and then I had to make a resolution manager for each level. And my thinking last night was like, I'm not going to be changing resolutions differently and in any different level, right? I'm not going to go to some level and change the resolution to be 1080 by like or 1920 by 1080 on that level, and then do like whatever the other resolutions are on a different level. That's just insane. So I'll always need just one. Basically, this should be a singleton essentially. So with that in mind, that design in mind, I thought, well, then we should just add it to the canvas so that the canvas has the same res manager everywhere, because we use player preferences anyway to save this, so that will work fine. But for this one, we have a little script here called disable audio inside, and disable audio inside is for the Silver Bay Lowtown level, right? So that basically what it does is it stops playing the audio of the outside audio, ambience audio, when you go inside a building. But because we've migrated this into the prefab canvas, this will be applied to all levels. So every single level I go to will have seagulls, basically, which is not what we want. So I'm going to have to remove this into its own object, or maybe I can replace the audio. Yeah, I can. So maybe I could repurpose this, right? So I have to think about it. So do we want every level to have its own audio track? I kind of do. I don't really want like a level to start and then you have gameplay music. I only want music to be used in specific areas, and I want it to kind of be built into the game world. So this ambience is a way to kind of not be boring, but still be immersive. So I was making different ambient audios for every level that I have, which is, I think I have 2 more levels to do, right? Because the Metalworks Club has got the Metalworks track, and Lowtown or Silver Bay's done. The Hacker Hole is kind of done, but it's okay if that's quiet. Maybe I should have like more of an ominous hum for that. But whatever, I'm getting into the weeds. This can be repurposed, so maybe we don't need to remove this out of the audio manager. Maybe the audio manager can, because this makes sense for it to be here. It just doesn't make sense for it currently to be as part of a prefab, but I think I can make it make sense, so I'm gonna leave that as is. Yeah, one more thing that I can show you and then I'll stop. So basically, I'm going to go and fix my audio is basically what I'm going to go do now. I don't want to record that because it'll probably be boring. But one thing that I'm pretty stoked about is if we go to the Hacker Hole level and I play here, I changed the way all the computers in the game work. So if you go over here and you listen, they sound kind of like analog, if you know what, like if you're a fan of Alien, like the analog sound and the way the computers and techs work in the Alien universe, I kind of wanted to borrow from that because I love it. I think it's the Nostromo is awesome, and yeah, I think Alien is awesome, and I think like the way they use tech in that movie is in the whole series is really great. Anyway, this is what the computer systems look like now. They're a bit chunkier. So before they were all like flat screens, and that kind of got the point across, but I kind of wanted to add more character to them. So I wanted this idea of like a big bulky computer system, that runs in a very weird and clunky way, in a very like semi-haphazard way as well. If you go to a smaller one, I made a smaller one as well. It's over here on the doctor's desk. You can see it. It's more like it's a little cube that's just like very clunky and doing its thing. So that's I think out of everything I've done so far, that's like my favorite thing. Is like the computer systems are cool. Like the servers are okay, but oh yeah, I can't go in there yet. But I think it's pretty cool. Anyway, that's the last thing I wanted to show off. So I'm gonna go and fix all of my audio things so that I can cross this off. I suppose like one thing that's been annoying me is like the Ronnie texture. I need to finish it because it's not finished yet and it looks pretty rough. The actual boss fight one is done, but when you kill him, like the aftermath, I suppose, the aftermath is not very well drawn yet. Like the proportions are wrong. He's way too big, and the lighting doesn't affect him properly. So I need to fix that. So that's probably what I'll be doing afterwards. I've pretty much done all of these now, so I can close this ticket. But I want to make there's one food truck. I think there's one final thing I need to do, which is here. This is the only van in the whole video game that's not textured yet, so I need to texture it. So I think that's another thing I need to be doing. So I'll either be doing that today, or I'll be fixing. I'll fix my audio and then see what time it is, and then probably fix that. And this is the cheese van. You can see it now that it's not as dark, which is pretty cool. Like this is what they look like. It's not too bad, I guess, and it's got like backlights as well. And there's like a bunch of different type. Well, a bunch. There's a couple of different types. So if we go to this one, this is the red tiger one. It doesn't look as bad. It looks kind of cool because its lights are like flickering and stuff. So they look. I want them to look chunky. So that's what the red tiger one looks like. Before it was just like a gray. A gray placeholder van like the food truck is. So there's this one, and I think that's pretty much it. I'm working on some other ones. Like my girlfriend's like learning Blender, so she was kind enough to give me one of the cars she made. I just requested that she make it look chunkier than it did. But yeah, so these are all the vehicles I've been working on. These ones I made, you can see, because they look terrible. They don't look as nice as hers, but they kind of have character, so I like them. I think they look okay. Anyway, I'm gonna go fix my audio, so I guess I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good day. See ya.